A very warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for joining our Homeopathy 24/7 podcast. We are going to be speaking to an array of international guests who will share their knowledge and experiences of homeopathy with you. We will discuss all types of subjects such as remedies, symptoms, and stories of health. No matter where you are with your homeopathic journey, we aim to inspire you on your quest to natural health and living. The podcast is brought to you by Mary Greensmith, the founder of Homeopathy 24/7, which is a global platform connecting you with a homeopath wherever you are in the world, 24 hours a day. So let's get started with today's chat. Please welcome Mary Greensmith.
Hello, lovely to see you. Thank you very much for joining us today. And I'm really pleased to be able to welcome Dr. Varsha M. Khurana. Welcome, Varsha. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Mary. Thanks for having me on your podcast.
Oh, it's lovely to be able to talk to you. And you've got some exciting news today as well.
Yes, today we are doing this and we're talking about my upcoming ebook and a hardcover book that I'm going to be launching super soon. I have already spoken about it in a couple of places, and I thought let me talk to you so that I can reach as many people as possible.
This is brilliant, brilliant news, because this book is just going to be so useful for people using homeopathy. Tell us a little bit about where it's come from. What is it?
Okay, so this is basically my personal research work. So as a homeopath, when you just start practicing, at least for me, it was a difficult journey, and my practice didn't pick up for a long time. So I would just study and, put notes for myself and research for myself. And let's say I'm reading an article and I come across like a tip or a remedy indication by an experienced homeopath who is saying that such and such remedy helped me in such condition. So I started researching and studying and putting it all together in one place for myself, basically. I never thought that I'm going to be releasing a book at any point in my life, but that was basically a studied period for me. And so having done that for about 15 years, I would say 10 to 15 years at least, whenever I would sit down to study, I would just put something down for my own memory, because after a point, you cannot remember everything that you have read or you have referred to. So something that would, strike me as important, or, something that I would like to remember for a future reference, I would just put it down there. And ultimately, it just became a big body of work over a period of time. And I remember it was actually your idea to, release it for everyone, because as homeopaths, it's really impossible for us to, not any research is not enough, basically. Always, I feel that we are always researching more and studying more. So I just felt that why not release it so that, somebody who's starting to practice maybe, or who is trying to use homeopathy at home, will have this body of index, ready for them to refer to. So that was the idea behind it. And I'm so very thankful to you for giving me this idea that I should just release it for everyone.
Well, Varsha, I mean, you've got so much knowledge, and let me just get this straight. Is this 600 remedies you have got information on, and everything that you've collected about those remedies?
Yes, so that was one of the main things, Mary, because, we tend to remember 20, 30, 40 or 50 remedies, or if you keep studying over years, maybe you'll remember about 80 remedies, 100 remedies, but that becomes the extent of human brain or our own memory. And when I was studying, especially, rare remedies keep coming up, in our literature now,
Yes.
and new remedies are coming up. Literally every day we come across so many new remedies for such and such condition and this and that. So that is the reason it actually now has reference to about more than 800 remedies in the final work. And it is a work that I would like to keep updating, actually, and keep studying and keep updating it even in the coming years. But yes, right now it is about 800 remedies, common and rare both. But I'm very happy to, having included these remedies, because we research boric a lot. As homeopaths, we research
Mhm.
boric for rare remedies, and then it becomes quite difficult because there are so many of them. And so there is alphabetical arrangement in this book that will help people to just get to a clinical condition if they want to, through that, and then the common and the rare remedies listed right there.
Okay. So really, this is a book that people need to have on their desk, isn't it? It's a book that they need to use as a reference and to check things, especially, I thought that you were just going to write about the remedies, but actually you've put diagnosis and you've put lots of information about when they're going to use these remedies as well.
Yes. So this is basically not just remedy and their indications, because I think we have too many books already on that, the remedy detailing, and everywhere it's given, and our stalwarts have done that so well for us. But I felt that I needed something like a work that I can just refer to. Like, let's say I'm dealing with fever right now, so I should be able to just go to fever and have like a precise literature for it, because a detailed literature is available again in many source books, but just to have a more precise literature for fever, or let's say for cough, if we are dealing with such common conditions, obviously, that we are using homeopathy for now at home. So many mothers are using it, and I'm so glad that we're using it for our families now. So I just wanted a little bit of a precise literature there, and that is what this book is all about. Many indications and remedies right there in front of you.
So would you say that you have effectively taken the repertory and the materia medica and put them together with the remedies that you've got really good information for?
Information as well as experiences.
Yes.
This book is all about experiences, like my own experience, which is limited, of course, but experiences of so many other homeopaths that I have listened to, let's say in a seminar or a webinar, and they refer to something, and that struck with me. So I just put it there that,
so it's additional information.
Yes. So it is actually like an amalgamation of all of that. Mm-hmm. It's not just, a materia medica reading or a repertory reading.
Brilliant. Let's have a few examples. I mean, I've just had a look now and I've found adenoids, and you've got a whole list of remedies there that you've put for adenoids. But you choose something. Tell us about what's in there and what comes up.
All right. So adenoids, I have put, again, this is such a chronic condition, and there are almost all like 9 to 10 remedies only that are mentioned here. Now, these are the remedies that came up from experiences of many homeopaths who were recommending that this remedy has really helped them in n number of cases. Like Agraphis nutans is a rare remedy, and normally it might not occur to us, if we just are dealing with a case of adenoids. But if you just refer to the section here, limited number of remedies as well as some rare and some common remedies, and they are put there only after the number of cases has been very high that has been treated with these remedies. So that's why they are there.
Yeah. And if we go on to allergy, what you've written there and you've separated out is just absolutely brilliant. Allergy to carrots, phosphorus. Allergy to cats, phosphorus and tuberculinum. Allergy to honey, nat mure. And this information is gold.
I hope it really helps people. Frankly, this was probably from a lecture that I attended really long back, and the only topic they were discussing was allergy. So this is basically my notes that are right here in front of you.
Yes, yeah, absolutely brilliant. I think that page in itself, every homeopath needs, but also it's going to be so useful for home prescribers as well.
Yes.
Are home prescribers used to this type of book? Is it a new book to sort of start getting into, to understanding homeopathy a little bit deeper?
I think it's like you can start with this, and let's say there's a remedy reference in front of you that you might think is helpful to you in your particular case. Then you can go into research that remedy. Maybe you can read it from somewhere where it is given in more detail. But yes, the references here are very particular. Like very many indications. There's not like, let's say if I say there is allergy to wheat, right? So now this is such a common condition again these days. So natramur and sorinum is mentioned there. Then again, if somebody has that, because see, allergy again is a predisposition. It's not something that is a recent or an acute condition that we can just use the remedy for. For acute conditions, you can just take the remedy and use it in that moment.
Yes.
But like for a chronically, like for a longer lasting condition, then I would want you to research a little more on the remedy that's mentioned here and whether that seems indicated for yourself or not.
Yes, absolutely. So, of course, we're always saying that there are multiple ways of prescribing. And what you're saying is we've got very detailed information here to help you right now. It might be needed that you need to go back and address the cause of that. But some of these are going to be just so helpful in the moment, because obviously you're mentioning bladder quite a lot here, and we don't use bladder very often at all. Interesting. Allergy to coffee, nux vomica, of course. Brilliant information. I think that itself we will have to let people know and put this in useful information. The book itself, tell me, what's it called? It's going to be on Amazon, is that right?
It's going to be on Amazon as an ebook, as well as if you need a hardcover, you can order the hardcover version as well. Okay,
perfect. And I think it is one that people really should have on their desks and have so that they can reference it, because it's not going to be a book that you read, is it? It's going to be a book that you're always going back to,
because even I don't remember what all I put here, because this was done over years, right? And I'll make sure that you have it, Mary.
Brilliant. Well, I'll talk about it forever. This is fantastic. And just having a look now at what you've written for anger. So, of course, you've got some starting remedies there, Staphysagria. Now, hydrangea, you've got that. Now, I don't use hydrangea, so I need to definitely learn more about this. It's going to mean a lot more work for you, Varsha, because you're going to have people wanting to know a lot more about these particular remedies that we don't use so very often.
Yes, see, Justitia is mentioned for anger. Now, we would never think about it. We always use Justitia for respiratory complaints, right? Yes. But again, see, mentioned there, and I'm sure I picked it up from one of the rare books that I must have read. And then I used it, in my practice, like for cases that were showing a lot of anger. What you do is then you go into research that is this case going for Justitia? Are there other symptoms that are also indicated? Again, anger is a long-lasting condition. It's a predisposition, right?
Yes. So and again, always lots of other symptoms around it, aren't there?
Yes. Then you have some in the sub-indications as well, anger, and then you see so many other sub-indications like attacks of rage or cries after anger, so many symptoms you can actually see in your own children. And then you can, see, oh, this is my child. You'll relate to things if you just go there.
Yes, absolutely, because you've got also that alternating with hilarity. And of course, we do see that. We do see that anger with indignation as well. And you've listed all of these and some contradictions as well. So really, really important information.
Yeah, see, regretful soon after anger.
Yes.
This is such a common condition again, and Miserium is the remedy. So that's what I'm saying. I think it has developed into a decent body of work.
It has indeed. And of course, we know you, Varsha, for knowing your remedies and knowing those mind rubrics so very well, because your study has been so intense with homeopathy, hasn't it?
I would say so, because mind rubrics is something that is my love right now. And I actually try to study every day the mind section of the repertory. So that is, I'm trying to get myself very, very well versed with that.
Okay, so you're just understanding it. I've got a feeling this is just going to be one of a series of different publications from you. But tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about where you practice, the types of people that you are seeing, and what's happening in your practice.
Okay, so I have practiced now for 20 years plus, and my practice revolved a lot around children for the initial 10 years. And then I started looking into the mind section of the repertory more and more in the last 10 years of my practice. And now, interestingly, I am trying to work with women with infertility. I'm trying to niche around that. It is something that I have made myself well versed with, because I did a fertility coaching course recently as well. And yes, that's my current interest in practice.
And of course, I love homeopathy with fertility, because it's so easy to see the results, isn't it? It's so easy when actually a pregnancy occurs, and you know, after years and years of trying.
It's the most ethereal feeling, I would say, and the very emotions that people come with, and you know, people experience, you actually are experiencing those emotions with them. So it's a very rewarding practice, I would say, and I'm really having a lot of fun with it. There have been, fingers crossed, there have been some successes by now, and I'm really excited and thrilled that, you know, where I'm going with this journey.
It's fantastic, fantastic. You're doing such an amazing job, and you are such a lovely, approachable homeopath for people to see. We're so very lucky to have you in the Homeopathy 24/7 team of homeopaths, because you're so generous. And I think with the publication of this book, you're kind of just really opening it up. What you've been providing for homeopaths for many years, you're now saying, okay, we've got this information, let's share this with home prescribers as well, so that they can continue learning. Because of course, everybody who starts that homeopathic journey are just so passionate, and they don't know where it's going to lead them. And just by sharing 20 years of your experiences is such a lovely idea.
I really, I am ever so grateful for all of those, homeopaths who are older to me, who are my seniors, who've always shared very openly about their knowledge and their experiences. Dr. Farooq Master is one of them. He is so open and so generous. And I mean, I think all of them now, I feel that with internet and with the good connectivity that we have now all over the world, it has really become very fluid. The entire medium is very fluid. You can now always keep learning all the time. So the day I have less patience, all I'm doing is I'm going to YouTube and checking out, different informative videos and learning more and more, or doing another course that I'm learning more. So it's I think it's something that we need to keep sharing for it to grow more.
Well, we're very, very grateful for you and for your work and for everything that you're contributing to homeopathy. I really look forward to going through this book, and we'll put the links down below. We'll put them through to your Amazon, and I look forward to hearing the feedback and the comments, and I'm sure a lot of people will be also clicking through to see what else you're doing, because I know that you're such an active homeopath. It's just so lovely to
I try to be, Mary. I try to be, and you've really helped me. So I'm ever so grateful for your presence in my life.
Lovely. Thank you very much for joining us today, Varsha. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Varsha, for coming on and sharing what you're doing and your knowledge. We are so excited to see your book and how it develops and how people will be able to use all of that information collected over your 20 years of homeopathic practice. It is so exciting to see. Next week, I will be talking to Paula Webb. Paula works with very chronic cases of POTS and long COVID and the symptoms there. She will be explaining the difference between the homeopathic approach and mainstream medicine and how it can work together as well. So it's a really important week next week. I do look forward to seeing you there. Please do press the subscribe button, and if you've enjoyed this, please do leave us a review, because it really does help us gain more audience and put our information about homeopathy in front of more people, so that more people can consider it and understand how it might improve their health as well. Thank you very much for joining me.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode and look forward to listening to our next one. Please don't forget to follow our podcast on your chosen channel, and please do leave us a review so we can continue to share homeopathy with as many people as possible. If you do have any questions, please do reach out to us on any of our social platforms mentioned in the show notes. We at Homeopathy 24/7 hope to empower you on your natural health journey.